Welcome to the latest. Yes, our weather impact team is here, and what a morning it's been in the tropics. I'm meteorologist Mike Prangley, and yeah, I'm going over the latest data here, so I'll come eyeball to eyeball with you. And we take a look at Tropical Storm Barry right now, 40-mile-per-hour winds. That's the sustained winds, but here's the deal. It's now a tropical storm, and we were thinking all along, the longer it stayed over water, the better chance it would be of developing into a tropical system. So right now we've got sustained winds at 40 miles per hour. Pressure at 1,006 millibars, moving northwest at 6 and running out of real estate. So our web team, BR Bryce, is here. We did an update. We're doing some push alerts. Just telling folks this is a short-lived system. It poses no threat to us here at home in Tampa. And as it reaches that land, okay, it's going to be torn apart by the mountainous terrain. So good news still for our folks in Mexico. We're talking 3 to 6 inches of rain, and they've, of course, got the tropical storm warning. So, again, it's just some heavy rain as it moves off to the northwest at 6. Later this evening, I expect that landfall. So you see the latest spaghetti models, everything verifying. And as we look at the Gulf and the Caribbean, we've been talking so often this tropical season about, well, first of all, the slowest start to our tropical season since 2014 and a lot of Saharan dust. But this goes to show you, you can still get some formation even when you get these thick plumes of dust in the atmosphere. So you always keep your guard up. So Tropical Storm Barry moving toward land right now and away from home sweet home. So there you go. The latest H-Wharf and TVCN models continue to move it to the west-northwest. But here's the big deal here closer to home. Yeah, we've got a hatched area. Okay, so you see this big yellow bubble. Yeah, Tampa to Jacksonville, northeast Florida. Right now, we're just watching things closely. This is all this is. So a very low risk of development at this point of an area of low pressure that hasn't even developed yet. So we're not even tracking a system. We don't have spaghetti models, nothing like that. Just a 20% chance of development here over the next week or so. And if we do get development, I'm thinking it would be later this week into the 4th of July weekend. So development will be very slow, and what we're tracking right now hasn't even developed yet. But what we are watching is areas in these areas to the north. We're gonna have a frontal boundary here. My daughter called in Missouri today. She said it's kind of an ugly day. Well, happy anniversary, Abby. Okay, but that ugly front will continue to move south during the week. And as that does so, it'll stall and what's left it over the warm Gulf waters, and that's what we watch this time of year. Sometimes over those old frontal boundaries, you can get low pressures that form. So taking no chances. National Hurricane Center, and National Weather Service Tampa and Jacksonville, we're all watching it here together. Just to give you a heads up, we could have an increase in some of our tropical showers and thunderstorms late week. And as we go into next weekend, not a thing right now to cancel plans or lose sleep over. Okay, that's the key right there. So we take a look at the latest Euro model. This is going to be a week where we have deep tropical moisture and lots of rain around. In fact, we have another weather impact alert we'll get to for this afternoon. So you can see it's been waves of rain, even some severe weather, strong gusty winds, small hail, and a lot of lightning around. Most of it peaking during the afternoon and early evening hours. Now, as we head toward Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rainy season's still there, but then you add in a front and an area of low pressure will try to develop. Now, the question is, will it develop over land? Will it try to develop over the warm water? Hasn't even developed yet, so we don't have anything like that to track. But just keep in mind, based on the pattern in this upper level trough along the East Coast, this is our window of opportunity for some possible tropical development and a low pressure. Okay, so you've got the high pressure now scooting to the west toward Dallas, another high pressure toward Bermuda, and then right in between is where we watch for that development. And if something develops, we'll be drifting maybe closer here to Tampa and close to home. In fact, our latest moisture and our PW values here showing that deep tropical moisture. And if you look closely, you see a little twist here in the atmosphere, low pressure trying to develop. In fact, this latest model shows it maybe forming toward the east coast of Florida. So that's what we'll be watching this week. The one thing that we will have to watch, though, with all of the deep greens and that deep tropical moisture, we could see an increase in some of the rain. We've already seen a lot of it. So if we were watching anything, I'd think an increase in some of our scattered showers and storms and maybe putting our guard up for maybe some flash flooding around the area. But for now, very early and too early to call. Now let's get to today's weather. It's a day at a time and just keep checking back. That's the key. Don't cancel plans. Don't panic, lose sleep. Just keep checking back for the tropical update. In the meantime, we're watching another active afternoon. Here it is on radar. We've got a weather impact alert for this afternoon, and the thinking all along is our first areas to see the rain and thunderstorms would be the Nature Coast, and we're seeing that right now. Okay, so you've got areas of Citrus County, Hernando County with some of the heavier showers, and this will continue to fill in and move to the south and to the east. So that'll affect our friends in Jacksonville, the First Coast, St. John, St. Augustine, and all the way into areas of Lakeland and here into Tampa and St. Pete. In fact, right now, we said the best beach time today was going to be this morning and early afternoon. So everybody on the beach, getting the last few rays of sun in, but we're going to keep an eye to the north where you're starting to see the darker skies. That's where the rain is moving from the north and west to the south and east. So right now, Clearwater Beach looking good. You see the ingredients, they're there. 85 degrees, there's the high dew points in the 70s, and it feels like temperature of 90. We take a look at the impact. When's this alert? Well, officially for tomorrow, it's through the day, but for today, we're talking about as we get toward the noon hour. So what I did for today is highlighted the highest chance of rain. So the noon to 2, we're already starting to see that toward this Citrus County, the Nature Coast, Inverness, seeing it, Inglis, along with Crystal River. And then by 2 to 4 o'clock, we'll see those showers and thunderstorms increase across the Tampa Bay area. So closer to home, we're talking Pasco, Pinellas, Hillsborough County, and then really the 4 to 6 time period would be for areas farther south, Sarasota, Bradenton, and farther inland. So just keep that in mind. So sweeping from the northwest really to the southeast. And then by the time we get to 7 o'clock, yeah, I'm telling folks to keep their cookout plans. I think it'll be much nicer and a much quieter evening. So here's the latest Futurecast. This is some of the new model data. That's why I love streaming, because I can show you all the good stuff all throughout the day. So right now you can see 1250. If you see what I see, so as we look at the latest, this model not doing too good with where that rain is. Remember, we saw the rain starting to fill in over Crystal River, so it's kind of blank here. So as we go toward 2 o'clock, I think it's doing a better job of at least picking up on some of those scattered showers and storms moving a little farther south. So areas of Zephyr Hills, Wesley Chapel getting in on the rain. Watching Oldsmar. All right, back in toward areas of East Lake and right into St. Pete. We're going to start to see an increase in showers and storms. And look at by 6 o'clock. This model actually showing maybe another round of rain. Okay, so this is some new information we're getting in, but I still think the better chances of rain for Tampa, St. Pete, Hudson, really between 2 and 4, and then things will start to quiet down by the time we head towards 6, 7 o'clock, and you can see the model showing that. Tomorrow, though, you saw that weather impact alert, could be a stormy morning, stormy early afternoon, and if we get enough of these storms and the rain coming earlier, that means the rain would actually get out of here earlier, so maybe we'll cut back that weather impact alert a little sooner. As we take a look at the expected rainfall, one thing's for sure, rainy season is alive and well. Tomorrow is the last day of June. Pretty hard to believe, right? So we got 70% coverage today, tomorrow 80%, and basically another weather impact alert because we got a lot of folks coming to Tampa to have fun. We're still going to get some fun and sun, but we're going to have some rain as well for a good part of the day, especially to start. And then I'm thinking as we go into later in the afternoon, we'll have some better weather. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, we got some beach time, but again, typical pop-up showers and storms Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, we will start to see an increase in some of that rain. So I showed you that big trough along the East Coast, so there's more lift in the atmosphere. We'll start to see the showers and storms really start to fill in. And where you see the yellow, we're going to start to see an excessive rainfall risk, okay? So a level 2 out of 4 for possible flooding in the area. So that's what we're talking about, some heavier rain, even on top of the normal rainy season rainfall that we normally see as we head into late week into the weekend. Right now, it's still not calling for a washout, okay? Now, we look at that 7-day forecast. I wanted to spend a little time. It's 4th of July week, travel weather. I think if you're traveling this week, I think the earlier in the week, the better. Okay, yeah, so for our Sunday, we know it's going to be a very stormy afternoon, early evening. There's the weather impact alert. Monday could be a stormy day throughout. Morning into the afternoon, I'm thinking maybe we'll get a break late in the day. Tuesday, Wednesday, here it is. This is where you want to travel because by Thursday, that low pressure could develop, right? That big trough of low pressure, more deep moisture to work with. So 60% is pretty kind on that percentage. So our weather team will probably increase that chance of rain. And then as we head into Friday, Saturday, again, rounds of scattered showers and storms. I know we've got the fireworks and so many plans out there. We're not talking about canceling them, but you know, keeping abreast of the latest and checking in with us because again, we could have some tropical activity close to home and an increase in some of these showers and thunderstorms that we normally see. So meteorologist Mike Prengley, and we are here for you here at 10 Tampa Bay. We appreciate you and we'll continue to bring you live updates through the afternoon. In fact, I'll check back in with you about 2 o'clock. I'll see you then.